Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to the Brent Usry Show. The broadcasters in your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC, CIA, FBI, and other state and local authorities, have developed their media and systems to keep you uninformed and confused while they stage their fake emergencies. I, however, am here to cut through the bullshit and help you figure out what is real and what is not. So let's talk about the raid. Everyone's talking about it. Let's talk about the raid at Mar-a-Lago and what they're actually saying. They have now actually released the warrant, and so there actually was a warrant. It was sealed, but because there were so many people saying that there wasn't actually a warrant, they have unsealed it, so now you can read the warrant. Along with that, there's a lot of satire stories going on about what they found, and this really bothers me. Now, I get it, it's satire, it's comedy, but it's well written to the point where they're saying that Trump had nuclear codes at his house and he was going to trade them with Russia, and the warrant actually says that he was being investigated for espionage. They haven't given this up yet. Trump is still apparently a Russian asset. That's the story they're going to go with forever. I mean, they've invested, 10 years into that damn story? Might as well keep it up. Okay, so anyways, these satire stories are out. Oh yeah, well, Trump had nuclear codes at his house, and apparently they're insinuating that he was planning to sell those to Russia. I don't know what that would do. Russia has more nuclear weapons than we have, so it's absolute crazy crock of crap. However, it's not a real story. It's satire, but it's written in such a way that it looks like it is a real story. So now, the problem with this, even though it's comedy, and comedy's, supposedly protected, unless, of course, it makes fun of something on the left, then it's not protected anymore, and then it's just hate speech. But so they're saying, well, it's satire and it's okay. The problem with these stories are Democrats believe them. When it comes down to the election, everybody's going to be going around telling people, well, didn't you hear? Trump had the nuclear codes at his house. He was planning to sell them to Russia. He was going to have Russia nuke us with our own nukes. And these stories are going to get massively out of hand. Now, you know dang well if things were reversed, and if Trump had sent the FBI in and searched Barack Obama's house, this would be the biggest story in the world. Everybody would be, oh my God, look at what Trump did to Barack Obama. He is a bad president. But when Biden does it to Trump, well, Trump probably was guilty. I mean, after all, we had the Mueller investigation. He's twice impeached. He's got nuclear codes at his house. And it's like everything's way out of hand here. But the bottom line is, all they're trying to do is affect the election. They're trying to get people to not go out and vote for Trump because you think that he was a Russian asset. So I'm here to say that Trump wasn't a Russian asset. I don't know Trump. I can't guarantee anything about him, but I can guarantee you that the left is a bunch of liars. So make sure that you go out and vote, okay? And if Trump is the candidate, then vote for Trump. If DeSantis is the candidate, then vote for DeSantis. But definitely do not vote for any Democrats, and make sure you do vote for a conservative, because if you don't vote for anybody, that's the same as voting for a Democrat. So now, what is this? How does this affect the rest of us? Well, they just passed the climate bill today, and it's called the Inflation Reduction Act, and it does nothing to reduce inflation. It's a bill filled with pork and all kinds of stuff. It's going to set up $700 billion or something like that to hire 87,000 IRS agents who are going to audit everybody. Okay, maybe it reduces inflation, because if we get everyone's money from everybody via these IRS agents, then it'll get rid of, we'll have so much money there will be no inflation anymore. Basically, that's not true. And the bottom line is, these agents, 87,000 agents, and their hiring flyer that went out said you must be willing to carry a gun and be willing to use deadly force. So they're not really hiring IRS agents. They're just making a federal army, a federal police force to be used against the citizens, because the Posse Comitatus Act says that you cannot use the army, any of the military, against United States citizens. And so the way the president is getting around that, well, let's just hire a bunch of IRS agents and let's make them go in for arrests and make them serve warrants and make them carry guns. Well, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a bunch of pencil pushing accountants. Which, by the way, they tried to put something in that says that these IRS agents have to be at least CPA level, and no, they aren't even going to be accountants. All they're going to be is cops. So be very scared, because shit is about to hit the fan. So what are we going to do? Well, make sure you have plenty of water on hand. Get some storage food. Store lots of food. Whether you go to the Dollar Tree and buy beans and put them into containers and canned goods, and get canning jars, fill them with beans, put the moisture absorbers in there, or get some Mylar bags and seal up 50-pound bags in Home Depot buckets, or you can get with some of the commercially available companies that provide storage food. Last 25 years, get a bunch of that. And right now, while they're trying to outlaw guns, go down and buy a gun. Go down and take your background check. Go buy a gun, buy plenty of ammo. What you need is ammo, and you need guns, and you need food, and you need water. And you might want to go buy a 17 HMR rifle. I know you've never heard of that, but the ammo is 17 HMR. It's like a 22 bullet that is a little pointy bullet, and it's very accurate, and it's basically a squirrel hunting rifle. Now, I know you think, well, I'll never eat a squirrel. Well, if you get hungry enough, you'll eat a squirrel. I look forward to eating squirrel on a stick around the campfire with all the rest of the survivors. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Oh, wait, one more thing. Liz Cheney is trying to get the Democrats to vote for her in the primary on the 17th. She's been doing speeches telling people how to change their voting status to Republican so that they can vote for her. So that proves you right there, if she thinks that Democrats are going to vote for her, she's never been a Republican to begin with. She's been a rhino the whole time. She's appealing to the Democratic Party to get her back in. And obviously, if the Democrats are that interested in bringing her in, then she's been one of them the whole time. So anyways, that's all I've got today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of the program. Hope you're having a great day, and I'm sure something's going to go crazy tonight, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Have a great day.